2 steps ahead.
The biggest YouTube scam has just been revealed by a channel called Megalag.
But I'm a fast healer.
Nice.
2024 was an extremely eventful year, and I'll be covering all the moments I believe were important or just incredible. A 13-year-old kid beats Tetris after 34 years of no one beating the game. Logan Paul claims to want to partially refund cryptos to investors, on the condition that they stop suing him. German farmers protest after gas prices increased from €30 to €45 per ton. Andrew Tate promises to not scam his fans by not making a crypto coin. KSI scams were exposed by CoffeeZilla. Gemini, Google's AI, generated historically inaccurate images and was also accused of being woke. Tate brothers spent a night in a cell. CoffeeZilla exposes a supposed fan who turns out to be a scammer. Mr. Beast talks about Beast games on Colin Samir's podcast. A $25 million fashion scam concluded after 2 years of not fulfilling their initial promises. The link to the video will be in the description down below. It's a video from CoffeeZilla, and I'll be doing the same for all the other videos that I got the information from. Logan Paul made a response where he tried to debunk Georgienko's claims by editing out key moments that made his response look disingenuous. The Hawk Tuah meme is born. The debate between Orange Man Donald Trump and Sleepy Joe took place.
In the left corner, we've got the 46th President of the United States, Joe Biden. He is better known on the internet as Sleepy Joe.
Hello to all the ice cream lovers out there. It's your President, Joe Biden. And we need to keep that convicted felon out of the White House.
In the right corner, we've got the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, a convicted felon with 34 counts to his name.
Fake news and Sleepy Joe, you're going down.
It was at this moment that he knew. Duh.
After thanking CoffeeZilla a year prior, Logan Paul decided to sue CoffeeZilla.
CoffeeZilla, yeah! And I'll see you in court.
Because of his involvement in exposing the downfall of his game. Chris Tyson got himself in hot water where chat logs of him being a PDF file were brought to light. Andrew Tate, despite his insults towards the crypto bros, heavily endorsed Daddy on his live stream. And Daddy is a crypto coin. And I know it sounds ridiculous, yeah, but it is a crypto coin. Well, so much for not scamming his fans. CoffeeZilla covered the Yora scam, a save money, win money lottery casino, which sounds stupid, but that's basically what it was. It just sounded too good to be true, and it was.
Play games, win big, join over 1 million people playing and winning with Yoda. No purchase necessary, always free to play.
I don't care.
As my father would call it, la machine à perdre. Penguin Zero came under a lot of heat when a clip from a Mr. Beast video surfaced where he spoke politely to Logan Paul. Charlie's defense was that at the time Logan Paul wasn't suing CoffeeZilla and was actively trying to refund cryptos to investors. Of course, not all of them. Dogpack44 made his first video calling Mr. Beast a fraud. The video currently sits at 50 million views. Violent riots broke out in the UK calling for the mass deportation of Muslims and all immigrants whether they were born in the country or not. Andrew Tate was one of the key figures who incited this mess when he called the murder of the three kids who attended a Taylor Swift dance class of being an illegal migrant. On the internet, a Muslim name was associated with the murderer.
A lot of fake news was going online. There was a Channel 13 random page that claimed that Ali something was his name. Then you had a few far-right people, including, of course, Andrew Tate, who was perpetrating the fact that, oh, he's an illegal migrant, when even that was falsified. Then these guys, based upon this false information and somebody else that they saw with a flick knife, and they assumed, yo, stabbing's just taken place, and this guy looks Asian, yo, time to go to a mosque.
And many shops, buildings, and properties were damaged as a result of the riots. Tommy Robinson was of course involved in the riots, so don't worry, I didn't forget to mention him. Trump was also shot in the year at a rally. He stood up, pumping his fist in the air, saying the following. So many Christians were looking at Trump as though he was literally their savior. and that he was fighting the deep state.
The assassination of President candidate Trump has failed. This is
You bet
bad.
it's bad for you. And why do you have weird mechanical tentacles coming from your back? Are you some kind of Dr. Octopus wannabe?
We can't afford to have you win the election.
Watch out! Take that, you deep state assassin. Good thing I had Khabib teach me the basics in boxing.
I honestly was confused at the time with why this all happened, and I'm still not sure if this was just some calculated marketing stunt for his presidential campaign, because I don't really like politicians and I also don't trust them. I think they talk a big game before like they're elected, and once they're elected or once they're in office, they barely fulfill on their promises.
Before his presidency,
Read my lips, no new taxes.
Woo! Yeah!
during his presidency,
Guys, you're going to have to pay more taxes.
No! No! No!
It's like a crypto scam, but instead of selling you on a dream of becoming rich, it's on selling you on the dream that you can change your country via a presidential candidate that you voted for. Andrew Tate made an appearance on Piers Morgan's show where he was basically grilled by Piers for his involvement in the Islamophobic riots that broke out in the UK.
When you've spent the last week spewing complete fake news is breathtaking, right? And also, I would say you've also been spewing stuff that is blatantly racist. On the 1st of August, you posted a cartoon saying, typical man from Cardiff. Let's look at that cartoon. This has had 11 million views.
Yeah, it's a taxpayer. It's a migrant arriving on the boat with taxpayers' money, and I think a lot of people are upset about that. I want to make something clear because I'm a Muslim myself.
When you say typical man from
Cardiff,
when you say typical, hang on. When you say typical man from Cardiff, you are again telling people that in your estimation, the person that committed this came in as an illegal migrant on a boat. That is not true. None of that is true.
Well, what I'm actually doing.
The riot were of course still ongoing during this month as well. CoffeeZilla took to his main channel to talk about Logan Paul suing him. DocPack44 released his second video on Mr. Beast calling him, or I would like to say the title, I worked for Mr. Beast, he's a sociopath. On Twitter, Trump and Elon had a 2 to 3 hour conversation where millions tuned in. Influencers Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, and KSI launched a kids meal product called Lunchly, and it failed horribly. Content creators like Dan2DM called out Lunchly as a terrible product. Tommy Innit and Dr. Mike made a joke out of it where Tommy supposedly launched a vape product called Vapely, and Dr. Mike begged Tommy Innit to reconsider his actions.
Commenting that I have to reply to yet another influencer product. Remove the product off the market. Recall it. Change your mind. And change the world.
I honestly thought this was real and I was quite upset with the video. Heck, I didn't even watch it completely. That's just how bad it was. The controversies that Chris started back in April and the allegation that DogPack44 had brought against Jimmy turned into an inferno, and Lunchly's failed launch, as well as Jimmy's radio silence against these accusations, only added to the inferno. Ricardo Avocado comes out with a video entitled 2 Steps Ahead, and boy was it a shocker because he lost 250 pounds in 2 years while having us all believe that he was 2 steps away from eating himself to death. After Sleepy Joe lost, it was up for the next fight, Trump versus Camilla. A few days after the debate, another dude tried to take Trump out but failed. Andrew Tate decided to send his students after CoffeeZilla after he brought evidence to the Tate brothers of them pumping and dumping meme
Real
quotes.
nigger Tate ain't a scam. I'm a real nigger. You're a investigation. In fact, for every single person who can show me they have emailed CoffeeZilla and called him, I will buy daddy. And for every single dislike on his upcoming expose, I'll buy more daddy. Every single thumbs down, every single email to this DNG results in me buying daddy coin and inflating the price to the moon. We're gonna win. CoffeeZilla's broke. Don't Tate, I'm built different. That's my statement.
It's not personal, Coffee Breaks. I really want Andrew to raise the price of Daddy's coin. And he says he's going to pump money into the coin. Trust me, it's nothing personal, but I bought a lot of the coin and I have to do this, so please forgive me. I mean, you can almost smell the desperation. Get rich quick by hurling slurs at a journalist. But
Trump wins the election. He makes a speech thanking those that helped him and reminiscing on the fact that he will no longer be doing any more rallies.
Frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country and maybe beyond.
Gemini messes up again and this time tells someone to die, but it's possible there was foul play involved, as the user did a voice recording before Gemini gave him that terrible response. Andrew Tate's online university was hacked. The hack leaked chat logs from multiple groups within the real world, as well as the estimated monthly earnings of the school. After receiving a tip, CoffeeZilla investigated Mr. Beast's crypto dealings and found some shady stuff. A Sikh/Hindu riot broke out in Canada, where, again like in the UK, people's things were damaged. Mr. Beast finally responded to the allegations on Oompaville's channel. The interview was heavily criticized for containing softball questions. DocPack44 has been silent ever since his last tweet, where he reposted CoffeeZilla's video on Mr. Beast. Logan Paul sent a body double to the BBC trolling them. As the year came to an end, it was brought to my attention that honey was a scam.
Emotional, damn it!
And this time it wasn't by CoffeeZilla, but by a YouTuber called Megalag. I'm quite happy that I never used honey in my life. Growing up, mom would always say that nothing is free, and boy was she right. Talk to a girl scammed her audience with her crypto coin and was confronted by CoffeeZilla on a Twitter space.
happy to answer any I have questions. I have questions. I'm raising my hand. Hey guys.
What CoffeeZilla?
Hey, this is one of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, then what the fuck are you on?
Profiting from the rug pull, I think it's relevant.
We didn't pull a rug. I don't know what you're trying to say. It's not true. Yeah, that's defamation.
Stop. Do the math. Do the math.
She barely said anything and proceeded to leave the Twitter space by saying the following.
Well, like,
Hey guys, I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Going to bed is the best method for avoiding accountability.
An online casino attempted to bribe CoffeeZilla for $20,000
Just take the money, man.
to investigate a rival casino, but it backfired on them when CoffeeZilla didn't take the bribe and investigated both parties. The ongoing siege and massacre of the Palestinians living in Gaza is deplorable, and I believe that Smile to Jannah and Mohammed Hijab did a very good job covering this genocide on their YouTube channels. The war in Ukraine is also ongoing, and it's terrible and it should be stopped. You know, Trump says he's going to stop it, but we'll see.
Subscribe to Japreo. Once I bail myself out of these legal restrictions, I will get my revenge on you, Japreo.
Shut up, inmate 1097, or we'll increase your sentence.
To be continued.